What do you think the normal average person is using of ChatGPT? Like what the potential of ChatGPT? 2% to 10% of its capability. That's opportunity for you. Prompts equals shortcuts. So 2025 is going to be AI prompts plus community. My vision is that there are going to be these engineers taking AI to its limits. Then there are going to be people who use it lightly. But then there's going to be a few people who understand what I'm about to tell you. And they're going to be the prompts equals shortcuts, okay? Let's do this. So we'll call it 2015 to 2019. And we'll call it 2020 to 2024. So during this time, major thing that people were doing, they're doing a lot of things online. I mean, the list is endless. But in the digital product space, what most people were focused on were courses. And I came into the course era like on the last part of it, right in 2020. So courses, and this kind of went in, COVID actually made this go like 20 to 2021. But this is what everybody was talking about. And this is what everybody was learning how to make and do. And I personally believe that courses are on the rise. The only thing about it is that courses on their own, I don't think are going to be as popular. There's going to be something that you add to courses that make it as popular as it was. So talking about what people were selling as digital products. 2020 to 2024, we started getting into PDFs, Notion templates, and other types of templates. And that's what people were selling, still do. It's not that they don't do this anymore, but this is where kind of the info space was going. So now what is 2025? 2025, as you probably can figure it out based on what we're talking about, is going to be AI prompts. And the cool thing about it is that it's going to be AI prompts plus community. And you can actually add plus community to any of these. Okay, so it's going to be AI prompts plus a community to talk about it. Because what are we doing right here? We are together, we're gathered, we're talking to each other in the chat. You can watch one of my YouTube videos, and many of you do, right? Tell me how many videos of mine you've watched in the chat, just to do a number. But you can watch those videos, but isn't it more fun when other people are around? That's why community is going to be like the holy grail for everything that you do. So just kind of keep that in mind. But AI prompts with ChatGPT doing what it does. 2025 was its breakout year. It's been out since the end of 2022. November 2022 is when I think ChatGPT kind of had its outing. And then by the summer of 2023, a lot of people were working with it, using it. It was popular. 2025 was the year of ChatGPT, right? And because ChatGPT became so popular this year, all these other AI platforms were lifted and highlighted. Not only because ChatGPT and OpenAI seem to power so many of them, meaning that's really what's behind most of the AI that you see. There's like 3 platforms that are powering it. But because of the popularity, it's now in the zeitgeist. It's now in the words that we use and culture and SNL skits and all kinds of things where ChatGPT is its own character. So you do have hundreds of millions of people. It's the fastest growing digital product in history was ChatGPT. So you do have hundreds of millions of people using ChatGPT. Only a fraction of the people who will eventually use it in 2026, 2027, 2028 are using it now. So if you think about it, I interviewed Sam Altman, who is the OpenAI founder, right? I interviewed him in July 2023, known him for 10 years plus. And I interviewed him, I put that on this YouTube channel. You can search both of our names and find it. And I said to him, do you think that today, July 2023, that we have just scratched the surface of what OpenAI can do and ChatGPT can do?
And so do you believe that what we're looking at now at ChatGPT 4 and middle of 2023 is just a small percentage of what we're about to see break wide open?
And he said it's going to be mind-boggling. And he was right. So 2 years later, ChatGPT is outrageously ubiquitous. It's everywhere. And the capabilities of it have gone up so high. So that's happening. That it is doing more than we ever thought it could. So think about 2 years from now, what ChatGPT and other AI that is powered by it might be capable of. Also think about the fact that even though there are hundreds of millions of people using it, two things. More people will use it. Let's say that even only 2x the number of people use it in the next 2 years. That's hundreds of millions of people of the population. I think it'll be even more than that. I think it'd be past 1 billion, 2 billion. But let's not even say anybody else joins. Don't even have to worry about someone else joining, even though they will. Most people using ChatGPT are using maybe 2% to 10% of its capabilities. Meaning most people, including some of us and me, I'm one of them, don't really know how far we can use ChatGPT or what it is capable of. This is my prediction. Somebody said 20%. That's a good guess. Your guess is as good as mine. This is my prediction. I would bet if anybody here wants to just take out their ChatGPT and ask it, what do you think the normal average person is using of ChatGPT? Like what the potential of ChatGPT? And tell me what percentages you get. That'd be kind of fun. But I'm going to say it's probably 2 to 10%. If it's higher, cool. But if it's less than 50%, that's opportunity for you. That's opportunity. So I saw this opportunity. Like I see so many opportunities. I see them a little bit ahead of time, right? You can Google me if you want to know what that means. I saw this opportunity about 5 or 6 months ago. And I said, yes, ChatGPT is super accessible because you can get the free model. Yes, it's super simple to use because you can just talk to it like a person, like ask it a question, like you're asking another human being. As long as you can write an email or send a text, you can use ChatGPT. Isn't that interesting and cool? But I said, that's true. But I don't think we're using it to its full capacity, and its full capacity is going to grow exponentially over the next 2 years. So if we're not using it to its potential, there are going to be a few people, like the people here, right? Like you, there are going to be a few people who realize that, and they are going to be the ones who make more money using AI, because there are people who have been coders all their lives, or they know how to like do really technical stuff, and they're going to do really well in this AI revolution that we're in. Over the next 2 to 5 years, they're going to be set. Millionaires, maybe even billionaires. People who start big AI companies are going to do well, most likely, right? What I'm saying, though, is that for the rest of us who are really good at communicating and being a guide and being helpful to other people. For those of us who are helpful to other people, this opportunity is to be like a walking guide. Like, when you go to a different city, sometimes like, especially in a big city that's kind of known for something like London. And there's also, if you go to like Airbnb now, they have these guides. So instead of just getting a place, you can also get a guide who's a local who will take you around that city. Yeah, there's walking guides in Minneapolis. Exactly. Yes. So that, to me, this is my vision. I want you to see if you all see this with me. My vision is that there are going to be these engineers and these coders and these people who are doing this deep tech, taking AI to its limits. Then there are going to be people who use it lightly, use AI very, very lightly, to ask it to put together a recipe, to ask it to help plan something, to ask it questions about their homework, or ask it about, like right now, I'm in a bet with my mom because we do this all day long. My family, they'll call me. I'll think it's important, emergency, and she'll say, what was that little boy's name from the 1984 movie? And there's somebody over there, my brother, somebody's over there betting her, right? So they're going to be people who use it like that. Think about the last time you used ChatGPT. How did you use it? They're going to be people who use it for their business. A lot of us watching this use it for our business. I use it every single day as something to get something on the canvas so I can work with it and do my magic with it. But then there's going to be a few people who understand what I'm about to tell you, who I believe are going to have a very interesting ride with AI. And they're going to be the interpreters. They're going to be the guides. They're going to be the people who provide a bridge between people who use it very, very lightly and incredible capacity and potential of ChatGPT and other AI models. And what they're going to do is they're just going to study, right? They're going to use it for themselves, and they're also going to study it. So for instance, if you have used ChatGPT in the last 30 days if you've used my custom GPT that I give away for free, if you've used any of my paid prompts, if you used anything on your own on ChatGPT to help you with your business, and it has helped you make money or save a bunch of time or have a breakthrough, I want you to let me know in the chat. Because what seemed like normal to you is not normal, is abnormal to other people. It's not even in their realm of consciousness. They don't even know that is possible. It's not for any other reason, but we are kind of the early adopters to think. You may say, well, there's probably it sounds like there's like 800 million or 500 to a billion people are there early adopters. Yeah. Where we are with ChatGPT today is child's play. It's literally, in my opinion, like a person being born and getting older. Let's say we're 5 to 10 years old as a person. So it's over the next couple of years, that's going to grow. That'll be like maybe 2 years from now, it'll be like we're in college. So it's going to be crazy. And maybe 2 years from then, it'll be like we're 40 or 50. And we have all the seasoning. Does that make sense? So what I'm saying, in other words, by 2030, it could be that ChatGPT is entirely different than what it is today. It's unrecognizable. It's like when we get the iPad, we get our iPhones out, and we look back at Steve Jobs coming out on stage talking about the very first iPhone and how everybody gasped. And we're like, whoa, this is crazy. And like the 17 versus the 1 is just miles and miles and miles apart. I just think it's going to happen faster, even faster than that. 2 years from now, it'll be unrecognizable. And then 4 years from now, it'll be taken off. But what we're doing by being early adopters, and not only early adopters, but we're using it frequently, is that we are now training ourselves how to use it. We're asking it better and better questions, and we are studying it. So we're observing and we're using, studying, and implementing. We are now in this group of people. Let me go ahead and erase this. We're now in a group of people that has in my opinion, again, these are like lots of my opinions, but no financial claims here. But I believe that there is a group of people watching this right now who have the potential to make a ton of money. I believe. Want to be careful how I say it. With AI prompting. So let's say that here, and it's just going to be pretty broad, okay? So let's say that here is like most users. And this is like everyone else. And they just kind of like, they don't really know what it is, okay? And then up here, like AI billionaires, okay? And like big companies, right? that's like a tiny piece. And that's kind of how the world works, unfortunately, where like a few people get a ton of the stuff. And this is what most users are going to do. They're just going to use it. That's awesome. Great. But I believe that I think this is us. I think this is us where we are learning how to be guides and bridges. Is this making sense, everyone? So I think this is us. This is why 6 months ago or so, I said, what is a way that I can help these groups, especially this group, have like a better experience using AI? Because one of the things that has been very important in my life has been making sure that no underrepresented, no underestimated person is left behind. That we are all inheritance of this tech revolution, all of us, and it shouldn't be just for a few up here. So I said, how can I make that possible and make it more relatable, more accessible to people? Well, part of what I have learned, and what you probably have learned along the way, is that the better the prompt, the better the thing you type in to ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Lovable, Notion, etc., the better the prompt, the better the outcome, the result, the more detailed, the more precise, the more helpful. And I know that, like most things, 100% of people are not going to all want to learn how to do that. And in fact, there are some prompt certifications and all kinds of stuff you can do to become a master prompter. And I don't want to do that. But I can tell you some things right here that in this space that are hundreds or even thousands of prompts that make people's lives easier. So the one thing that you have to ask yourself to understand if you are the right person to do this is, do I want to be helpful? In this AI revolution, do I want to be helpful? That's what I asked myself a few months ago when I said, what would I do to help this group of people? And help this group, everyone else become a user? Because it's like AI is here, we can't avoid it now. And to help the users become the helpers. And some of these become the AI billionaires. Some of them, not all of them want to be, right? How do I get people, boo, 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 boo? I said, well, prompts, because the better the prompt, the better the result. So what I did was I looked back at all the prompts that I had been using, that I had used once or multiple times. And the ones that gave me the best results, that helped me the most, I started to package those. I started to package those prompts and place them inside what I call now Arlan's prompt shop.